For the tip, John Dillon will step to center court to do that. He'll be working alongside Coy Gammon and John Garrett today. And the air ball is in the air. Tip is controlled by West Georgia in the red uniforms. Wyson and the Bisons wearing the old throwback uniforms, the little off-white with the Bison on the front of it. The spin and the turn down low and a quick move and a quick bucket by Shelton Williams-Dryden.
Almost 19 points a game. Him and Jacob Ignacevic right there, 1 and 2 in the conference in points per game. But the way he gets his points down there, 66% from the field, it's almost automatic when he gets it inside the paint.
Bison's down to 10 on the shot clock. Faulkner on the drive off the glass. We're tied at 2.
One advantage Lipscomb will have. You look at Williams-Dryden. He's a post player, but he's only 6'6". This West Georgia team doesn't have a ton of size. Dylan Faulkner will have a size advantage down low for the Bisons.
Well, directs some traffic out top, out of the little double team, gets it off into the wing. 9 on the shot clock. Driving, putting up the runner. It's going to be up and good by Williams-Dryden. He's got the 2 buckets to start things here for West Georgia. Their first year in the Atlantic Sun, and picked up a win on Thursday night in Clarksville against Austin B. Try to go back door to Will Pruitt, and Reese couldn't get to it. Is reaching in and fouling him will be Tarius Watson, the 6'3" junior from Lexington, South Carolina. Anderson will play it in under the bucket now for Lipscomb. Joe having some trouble, finally throws it out top to Will Pruitt. J.O. with a little drive, leans in, now pulls back, soft jumper, in and out, no good. Faulkner's got the rebound, and he'll be fouled.
That looked like the jumper might rattle in for Ignacevic, but Faulkner with the offensive board. You know, one of the big sticking points for me in that loss to Queens was Lipscomb rebounding. They got out-rebounded by Queens by 13, led to 19 second-chance points. And the other thing, too, it was 18-8 when you talk about offensive rebounds. Queens had 18 offensive rebounds, Lipscomb's 8. Offensive rebounding, to me, it's not as much about positioning, it's more about effort. And you saw the effort there from Dylan Faulkner between 2 defenders there, and he gets 1 of 2 from the charity stripe.
So the Wolves with a 1-point lead in the ball after Faulkner went 1 for 2. There's a missed shot down on the baseline, that time by Noel, and Lipscomb with a quick rebound to the other end. 4 out beyond the 3-point line. J.O. playing down on the low post, now moves outside, and now here's Powell for 3. Hit a big one the other night to tie the game before Queens went down and scored the winning bucket. Lipscomb got a shot off, but it did not fall. But you saw there, Powell puts up a 3, and you can put it in the book for him. Lipscomb with a 2-point lead. Quick finger on another 3. And a rebound knocked around, keeping it alive after the missed shot there by Watson. Noel with the drive goes all the way through, kicks it out, and then a drive and a bucket good by Griffin for West Georgia.
Second chance points, though, for the Wolves already again. And
Joe Anderson wanted to drive and then hand it off to Faulkner, and it's knocked out of bounds. Lipscomb will have possession as Grant Asman will check in for Faulkner. Tied at 6 apiece, almost 3 minutes into this first half. On a still cold day in Nashville, a lot of snow on the ground. Roads are clearing up, but a lot of snow on the ground still from that winter storm that came in and really snowed all day yesterday in Nashville. As Will Pruitt's going to be undercut, and the foul will be on Watson.
Yeah, already the 3rd foul against West Georgia. Lipscomb really, I can see early, trying to work their half-court offense a little bit more, really try to work some of their sets. And so already the 2nd foul issued against Watson.
So a couple of changes made, and now Will Pruitt got a great break to the bucket and then is fouled on the shot. And so he'll go to the line to shoot a couple. The foul's going to be on Brady Hardwick. the redshirt freshman out of Cincinnati. You know, as Pruitt goes to the free throw line to shoot, Justin, he's averaging almost 11 points a ball game. As you'll see him connect on the first one, and he's an 81% free throw shooter. But I want you to look at his uniform. Well, he just pulled it up and gets it reset there. The old Bison reminds me of back when the Bisons won the NAIA National Championship back in 1986. That's the style uniforms they wore back then. And then on Thursday night, they were giving away those championship T-shirts to flash back to 1986.
Yeah, and Will Pruitt, just steady player for the Bisons. And you forget that in that win against North Florida on the road, he had a triple-double in that game.
Nice shot right at the A-Sun logo put up by Watson. And we're tied again at 8.
Yeah, I think that time Joe Anderson gambled a little bit for the steal and didn't get it.
From the elbow, Anderson shot in and out, no good. Rebound out to Hardwick. And here come the Wolves.
Yeah, and the issue for me right now is Lipscomb's leading scorer, Jacob Ignacevic. We've played 3.5 minutes. He's got 1 shot for the Bisons. Lipscomb has got to find better ways to get him touches on the offensive end.
Little fake and a drive and off the glass and good. Nice move there by Ballard. Ricky Bauer, the junior from Coral Springs, Florida, gets the 2, and the Wolves lead it by 2. Out to Powell for 3. In and out, no good. 1 shot on goal. Here come the Wolves. 4 minutes in the book as we go inside 16. 2-point lead for West Georgia. Turnaround shot, and it's a 4-point lead as that one's up and good by Williams Dryden.
Yeah, already 3 for 3 is Dryden.
Ignacevic down baseline, double team down there, kicks it back out to Asman for 3, won't go. Rebound fought for, and looks like the foul's going to go against West Georgia as we head to the break. Back with more. Lipscomb trails by 4.
The bold Louisiana flavor and crispy crunch of Popeye's signature chicken is the meal your craving deserves. And now you can get 3 pieces for just $5 and make it a meal for only $3 more.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
See everything that's new at Weight Watchers. You can now get access to GLP-1s if you qualify, and virtual one-on-ones with a registered dietitian.
That's a great way to get more protein.
Plus, our Proven Points program now has over 150 new zero-point foods. Get your best results ever with the #1 doctor-recommended weight loss program. Try a whole new Weight Watchers. Sign up now at WeightWatchers.com.
It's League One volleyball. 6 teams, 6 cities, set it off.
Atlanta, Austin, Houston, Madison, Omaha, Salt Lake.
Exclusively on ESPN and ESPN Plus.
Hey, college basketball fans.
Andrea Carter here.
Jay Billis here.
To remind you that your favorite teams and conferences
are on ESPN Plus.
If you love college basketball like me and the Billustrator,
then it's time to get in the game and sign up to ESPN Plus.
You get a stellar slate of in-conference games,
including the Big 12, Atlantic 10, and many more.
That will feel like March.
We got to go to work.
Sign up now and catch your favorite teams.
Matchup between West Georgia and Lipscomb. West Georgia just joined the Atlantic Sun beginning this year. It came out of Division II, where they played in the Gulf South. They're located in Carlton, Georgia, and last year won the Gulf South and went undefeated at home, 15-0 through the regular season, and now they've moved up to Division I. They'll work their way into being eligible for ASUN play and to go to the big dance.
Yeah, and this is a West Georgia team, and Coach Henley, you have said it, proud program, good basketball team, doesn't matter what level, if you're winning like that, Division II. They had a tough start to Division I. They started 0-10, but since then they've gone 3-3 in their last 6, including that big win on Thursday night, a 4-point victory against Austin Peay, their first ASUN win and first road win, as that ball comes right and knocks over our monitor here.
Took the TV monitor out down here, and it was a turnover against Lipscomb as Joe Anderson on his, which turnovers are something he doesn't make a lot of, but as he threw it in, he threw it over Will Pruitt's head, and it went out of bounds. Lipscomb trailing by 4, West Georgia with the ball. They go inside. It's a 6-point game as Ballard gets another 2.
Well, the big thing right now, 7 of 9 is West Georgia shooting, up over 75% to start this game. They've got an 8-0 run working now.
Try to feed it down low. They get it to Jo, but his shot won't go, but he draws the foul down low. He'll get to go to the line to shoot a couple. We'll see a replay on this one as Jacob working hard down on the baseline, having to battle going up.
Yeah, good look trying to lob that over the top, and really I think Lipscomb's going to have to do more of that. I think the defensive book right now on Jo is front him, try to not let him touch it, and then as soon as he does touch it, unless it's a lob like that, you're bringing the double team over immediately. So Lipscomb's got to make their adjustments with how to get Jo points, and good job there to go with that lob pass because it is hard to double that lob.
You said it a moment ago, West Georgia starting this game 7 of 9 from the field. Lipscomb just 2 of 6. They are now 5 of 6 rather at the free throw line. And West Georgia's yet to go to the line, but Lipscomb with a little slow start, and they had a really slow start on Thursday night against Queens. Came back and led in the second half by, 13, but then lost that ball game as Pruitt thought he had drawn a charge there. There was a collision. Body went to the ground, but there was no call, but 2 points go back into the scorebook there for West Georgia. Pruitt drive into the corner for a 3 off the mark, and the rebound comes down to West Georgia. 6-point lead in the ball as they attack. Ballard pulls it back. Oh, nice pass down low as they got Dryden set down there. That's enough for Coach Lenny Acuff. He wants a timeout to talk about it.
Well, nobody's dropping Dryden right now. He's got 10 points, a perfect 5 for 5, just getting some easy looks right now down low. And West Georgia, 4 o'clock start, maybe a little bit of a sleepy start for Lipscomb, not for West Georgia. They've come out, 82%, 9 for 11 right now. And you're talking about, again, this is a Lipscomb team defensively that's been best in the A-Sun this year. They're holding teams to 66 points a game. You look at this West Georgia team, that's about what they're averaging. They're averaging 68 points a game. So Coach Lenny Acuff not happy with the defensive effort right now from his Bisons.
Bisons 0 of 4 offensively, and they haven't had a field goal in just under 4 minutes, 3:44 if you want to keep the stopwatch on it. And now, as you said, 9 of 11 for the Wolves, and they've hit their last 7 field goals. They lead it by 8. That's their largest lead. As Suber's on the floor to run the offense for Lipscomb. Pruitt tries to go down low, looked it down there, but couldn't feed it down there. 12 on the shot clock. Suber on the drive, has it stripped away. Nice defensive play. Quickly to the other end. It's a 10-point game and a chance for a 3-point play as Davis not only got the bucket, he draws the foul off Faulkner.
Yeah, there's no really other way to say it, but right now West Georgia just being more physical than Lipscomb on the offense and defensive end. They are just right now the more physical team. That steal was a physical defensive play, and then on the other end, going in straight at the defender. That's what you want to do, trying to draw that contact, get the 3-point play. I love the way West Georgia's come out here in this one.
Well, they've had a 6-0 run. They miss on that free throw in the last minute, and they've hit 8 straight field goals.
They've scored on 10 of their first 11 possessions as well against Lipscomb.
Nosovich down low, has the ball deflected. Another bad pass, another turnover. Here comes West Georgia. 10-point lead in the ball. 13:22 left to go first half. Down to 15 on the shot clock. Noel directing traffic. Drives, pulls up a little runner at the A-Sun. It's off the mark, and there are 4 Bisons around the boards to get that rebound. They covered it up and bring it to the other end. Suber on the drive. Layup won't go. Ball loose on the floor. And it's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Lipscomb, but at least you saw a little fire in their eyes going after the loose ball. Now you'll see some subs coming in. Joe Anderson, the starter, back on the floor. Miles White will be on the floor, and also Kellen Boylan. will come on the floor for Lipscomb. Brady Hardwick back on the line, back on the floor for West Georgia. Off the bench, Davis. And Davis has showed some bright spots here, too, for West Georgia. And now we'll see Relford on the floor, the senior from Fort Smith, Arkansas.
Well, the only thing, other thing I might consider if I'm Lipscomb right now, because West Georgia just kind of carving them up on the offensive end, is another made bucket. I might go to zone here. West Georgia's not a great three-point shooting team, and right now every shot they're getting is inside the three-point line.
Well, the 12-point lead won't last for long because Joe Anderson found Faulkner breaking to the bucket to bring it back to within a 10-point game with 12:18 to play.
Well, we saw in that first 5 minutes or so of the Queens game where Coach Lenny Acuff just didn't really like the defensive intensity, and then Lipscomb really picked it up. We'll see if things can change, although this has been going on now almost 7 minutes.
Three not good from the corner by Hardwick, and Lipscomb's got the rebound. Oh, what a pass. What a dunk. Miles White found a breaking Jacob Anasovic, and he flushes it home.
Yeah, really great vision that time by Miles White, but that's what you need for your big, running the floor like that for J.O. Get him some open looks to really get him going.
Johnson, the second shot may have been deflected a little bit. It's off the mark. Here's Joe Anderson pushing it to Miles White for three. Off the mark. Rebound comes down to Hardwick.
Yeah, and that's one of those threes you really want for a momentum swinger to drop if you're Lipscomb. But still not a bad shot. Good defensive possessions the last two times down the court for the Bisons. Now we'll see if the Wolves can kind of find a better look again.
Trying to bounce it down low. They do. Coming across the paint. Shot going to be short. No good. Rebound comes down to Faulkner. Yeah, Relford missed on the shot. Here's three on the way. This one misses. And the rebound to Davis. Lipscomb now just 1 of 6 from outside the arc.
Yeah, and I know you're getting some open looks from three, but I think Lipscomb, especially with Williams Dryden out, as there's another chance for a three-point play. I really think you need to hammer it inside if you're the Bisons.
We'll take a look at Davis when we come back. He's having a good start. And it's a 10-point lead as we go to the break. West Georgia on top.
Someday. Someday.
We all have things we hope to do someday. With great deposit rates from Ascend, we're here to help make your someday soon. Ascend Federal Credit Union. Open your account today.
Lipscomb is where your yearning for knowledge and ambition to excel are embraced in faith and refined through learning. A community that shines the light of Christ, magnifying the best in you and preparing you for what's next. Here, at the intersection of purpose and practice, you fashion a future to impact everyone you encounter in our hometown of Nashville and far beyond. At Lipscomb University, all you bring makes all the difference.
Lipscomb University is bigger than a community. It's deep connection. It's where relationships are built and the leaders of tomorrow are cultivated. It's bigger than you and me. It's an intersection where a yearning for knowledge meets faith, where the light of Christ shines as we put our faith into action. It's bigger than Nashville. It's an opportunity right at your fingertips where you can make your mark on the world. Be a part of something bigger. Be a part of Lipscomb.
Kyrick Davis off the bench from America's Georgia. Just hit on his second little two-pointer there inside the free throw line, but he has brought energy off the bench. He'll get to go to the line for a chance for a three-point play.
Well, the thing to me that jumps off the stat page right now is 18-6. West Georgia, 18 of their 24 points have been in the paint. And you think about paint points, you think about who's got the advantage size-wise. Well, if you just look at the rosters, Lipscomb heads above on the size-wise. They got about 3 or 4 6'10" guys that Lipscomb can put out there. But West Georgia just been the more physical team, in my opinion, in the paint so far, and really a little quicker than Lipscomb's bigs. I look to see what adjustments Lipscomb might make defensively.
Davis misses on the free throw. He was a 72% free throw shooter, and Boylan comes over out of nowhere to get the rebound there as he came across the lane. And so Lipscomb now will attack down by 10 after the timeout. 10 and a half to play here in this first half. Boylan with some trouble, has it blocked away. He wanted a foul but doesn't get it. And just exploding going to the other end there was Davis, but then he lost the dribble.
I'm telling you, you go inside in conference play, you know, it's a 50-50 proposition of whether you're going to be able to draw a foul or not. You know, non-conference, you get inside the paint, you got about a 2 out of 3 chance you're going to draw a foul. But conference play,
Turnover there on Demetrius Johnson II, the junior from Chandler, Arizona, as he got his feet tangled up and they call him for the travel. And so the ball now will go back to Lipscomb following the turnover.
It's just the first turnover of the game for the Wolves. They're averaging almost 12 a game. Lipscomb about 10 a game, but Lipscomb's already got 4 here in the first half. And all of Lipscomb's turnovers they've been forced turnovers by West Georgia. You know, a lot of times with Lipscomb, you know, their turnovers sometimes unforced in the sense of they're trying to make something happen. But I've been impressed by West Georgia defensively, the way they've just been very physical against Lipscomb.
Nothing's perfect, but West Georgia has played about as good as you can for the first 10 minutes of this first half. They've done a great job here against Lipscomb. They lead it by 10. Asman sees a gap, drives, and finds Joe Anderson in the corner. Rolls it off, no good. Lipscomb still struggling outside, 1 of 7 from three-point land. And that rebound meant they got just 1 shot on goal, and West Georgia attacks at the other end. And a whistle before that shot. And foul's going to be on Miles White.
We just see with the way that West Georgia, just that drive, just looking to create contact on the drive that time offensively, just almost inviting it.
You know, the other thing this does is West Georgia works inside, and the shot goes there good for Shelton Williams-Dryden. He's coming off of a 27 career high against Austin Peay on Thursday night. He already has 12 here in the first half. And Lipscomb puts up another 3 off the mark, and the rebound will come down to Williams-Dryden after the missed shot by Asman.
Williams-Dryden 6 for 6 now from the field.
3 on the way. This one you can put in the book there for Demetrius Johnson II. And that's the first three-pointer made, and it makes it a 29-14 ball game.
68% now are the Wolves from the field.
Lipscomb tries to force one down low again, and it got deflected out. Joe Williams stops at the free throw line. Hits it over to Charlie Williams. 3 on the way, in and out, no good. And Asman came flying in for the rebound, and he's going to be fouled as he's battled inside. And we'll check and see. I think it's going to be on Ballard. Ballard will pick up the foul, and it's going to be his second foul. And back in the lineup will come Will Pruitt. They're going to get J.O. back in the lineup, and Powell will come back in, as you'll see Asman fouled there.
Yeah, my issue, though, right now, 15 shots for Lipscomb, 9 of the 15 three-pointers. That's not Lipscomb's strength. It just isn't this year. They've had games where they've shot well from 3, but that's not their strength. And now you see Lipscomb missing on the free throw, and luckily for them, Gyasi Powell able to tip it out to keep it with the Bisons, and just nothing seeming to go Lipscomb's way right now.
Yeah, Davis knocked it out of bounds, and so Lipscomb will have it. 8:32 to play first half, and it has been all West Georgia. They got a lot of confidence with their win over Austin Peay, and they came in here, and by the time they got off the bus, they were still feeling that confidence, and they have controlled this first half over Lipscomb. Charlie Williams got by. He'll get the foul, the bucket and the foul on Williams-Dryden. So Charlie Williams will have a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, really heads-up play that time. Lipscomb finally got into their action there and had a couple of options with that high post, and instead of handing off, the fake handoff confuses Williams-Dryden that just enough to give Williams a lane to the basket.
Lipscomb picked #1 in the preseason poll, but lost their first game on Thursday night. And Queens is the only undefeated team still in the ASUN as we are about to wrap up the second week of play here in the ASUN. Three-point play for Williams.
Lipscomb going full court press now.
Bouncing through the paint And then stepping out of bounds as he caught it on the wing was Griffin after Ballard went through the paint and kicked it back out, and Griffin turns it over, stepping on the line.
Again, got to find a touch for Ignacevic here, I think, on this possession.
J.O. trying to bounce from the low post out to the top. Got it, but gives it right back to Powell, who loses it. Spinning. Shot won't go, but the Pruitt is going to be whistled for the foul after Davis spun and missed the shot. Pruitt fouled him. We'll take a break. We're under 8. West Georgia in control.
The bold Louisiana flavor and crispy crunch of Popeye's signature chicken is the meal your craving deserves. And now you can get 3 pieces for just $5 and make it a meal for only $3 more.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
See everything that's new at Weight Watchers. You can now get access to GLP-1s if you qualify, and virtual one-on-ones with a registered dietitian.
That's a great way to get more protein.
Plus, our Proven Points program now has over 150 new zero-point foods. Get your best results ever with the #1 doctor-recommended weight loss program. Try a whole new Weight Watchers. Sign up now at WeightWatchers.com.
It's League One volleyball. 6 teams, 6 cities, set it off.
Atlanta, Austin, Houston, Madison, Omaha, Salt Lake.
Exclusively on ESPN and ESPN Plus.
Hey, college basketball fans.
Andrea Carter here.
Jay Billis here.
To remind you that your favorite teams and conferences
Are on ESPN Plus.
If you love college basketball like me and the Billustrator,
Then it's time to get in the game and sign up to ESPN Plus.
you get a stellar slate of in-conference games
Including the Big 12, Atlantic 10, and many more.
that will feel like March.
We got to go to work.
Sign up now and catch your favorite teams.
There's a guy that's been doing a great job for West Georgia. That's head coach Dave Moore. Did a great job with them in Division II, and in his 6th season, 105 wins, 81 losses, and got his first ASUN win. And he's coming in here and he's manhandling the Bisons today.
Yeah, I've been super impressed by West Georgia. Obviously, the confidence in that win against Austin Peay, 4-point victory Thursday night. They're carrying that right over to this Saturday afternoon game, and they've been the aggressor. And, you know, it helps when you're shooting 70% from the field. I mean, I think Lipscomb has a lot to do with that. I've not been particularly impressed with the way Lipscomb has defended West Georgia. They're really allowing West Georgia to get too close of looks right now, and West Georgia just seems a step quicker than the Bisons.
Getting one of the 2 free throws is Davis. It's a 13-point lead, 30-17, as Coach Lenny Acuff is kind of going through his mind the different things he can do to try to get this team back in. He's looking for a way to get them under 10, I'm sure, by halftime. Pruitt thought about a 3, doesn't. Williams at the top of the key will put one up. Hits the front of the iron, just a little short on the 3s, and they are 1 of 10 from outside the arc. I'm like you. They got to take the ball inside a little bit.
Yeah, you got to force the issue if you're the Bisons right now. And
Shot.
by forcing the issue, that means you've got to find a way to either off the dribble get in there or manufacture post touches. You know, you got to do some other things because, you know, pretty soon West Georgia is just going to start packing it in and say, go ahead, take that 3-point shot as much as you want.
I think we got to have a little bit of that little slashing, driving, and then little feed off the drives to the bucket too. See him breaking down the big guys. Here's Joe Anderson. He is going to drive. He's going to force it, and I think that's what they got to do.
Yeah,
him and Pruitt especially.
You got to have your guards to be able to have that threat. And now I think there's a good move by Lipscomb. They're going 2-3 here, changing the defense up.
Noel will stop, get direction from Dave Moore, his head coach, to how they want to attack this zone. They'll do it with 3 outside, 1 down low post and 1 slashing. There's a drive, won't go. Rebound Faulkner as Lipscomb has it after the missed shot there by Griffin. There's a big skip pass over to Pruitt. He didn't shoot the 3, thought about a drive, but doesn't. Here's Faulkner. Now he's going to drive and pitch back to Anderson for 3. Put it in the book. Joe Anderson hits the second 3 of the half for Lipscomb. They're now 2 of 11, and Lipscomb as close as it's been in a while. They're down by 8 with 6:13 to play.
Well, Anderson he was feeling it. He wanted to take that 3, and that's what you want. You want guys that want to get in there and get the scoring.
Going to be a foul called from behind on Joe Anderson as he got a little bit of that shot put up there by Malcolm Noel, the 5'11 junior from Atlanta, Georgia. He transferred in from Covenant College down in the Chattanooga area.
Well,
and now he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
That's just the 5th team foul, but 3 of Lipscomb's 5 fouls have been with shots being taken. So, you talk about team fouls versus personal fouls, and, when 3 of your 5 personal fouls are shooting fouls, it really doesn't matter.
Noel's an 80% free throw shooter. His second one's in and out, no good, and Anasovic there to get the rebound. Down 9, Lipscomb will attack. Under 6 minutes to play first half. Powell wants to drop it off down low. He does to Anasovic, and then the ball is lost down on the baseline. J.O. tried to make an extra pass over to Will Pruitt, and it gets kicked out of bounds. Last touch by Lipscomb.
They're changing it to Lipscomb because that's one, though, that was the right play by J.O., the double team in the cut. But you can tell Ognasovic, he doesn't want, he wants to find a way to score. He doesn't want to have to give that ball up, and that's exactly what defenses are doing. They're just trying to get it out of his hands because they know, with it in his hands, he's got such the ability to score. So just try to get it out of his hands.
Good job by the back official, as you'll see Faulkner miss on the shot. Maybe Faulkner should have dumped it right back to J.O. that time after the pass came in from Will. But I was going to say, good job. Officials working together. The official out front saw it, was able to help the official that was kind of screened out down low to switch that call. And after the missed bucket by Lipscomb, West Georgia attacking here with 6 on the shot clock. Noel fires up a 3. This one won't bank in, goes high, and they'll fight for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Anasovic. And so with that, you'll have the Wolves play it in with a fresh 20 with exactly 5 minutes to go in this first half.
And Lipscomb going a little smaller with Miles White taking out Faulkner, and they're going to go man-to-man off the inbounds now.
And a nice play by West Georgia to find the easy way to bring the player and break down low. Nobody picked up Relford, and he gets up and goes up and gets the 2. Back to an 11-point game. There's a nice little feed on a little pick and roll there as Anderson gets it off to Will Pruitt. Noel will slow it down a little bit here for the Wolves. At the free throw line, stepping in, shot off the mark, but a nice rebound by the Wolves after the missed shot by Rilliford. Little runner, too hard off the back, ball loose on the floor, knocked away. Will Pruitt has it after the missed shot by Griffin, and then Griffin ran in and knocked down Will, and then Joe Anderson collided with Griffin. And Joe's trying to pull the Bisons together to get them together. I got a feeling they're going to go look at this one because Anderson may get caught here by giving a direct shove. We'll wait and see.
If he does, it'll be his 3rd foul, too.
They've sent the teams to the benches. We're going to have a video replay here. We'll get a chance when we can to show it to you. I know he was going over to pick up Will and protect him, but he may have done it a little bit too hard. We'll just have to wait and see what the officials think of this, as they are having a discussion. technically there was nothing called on the court, but now they'll go review.
Well, there was an initial foul called,
yes.
and that to me was incidental contact tripping. I mean, it's a hard foul.
Yes.
Will Pruitt falls hard, but I didn't see any intent or anything extra on that foul.
I didn't either.
I think it was the extracurricular afterwards, as you mentioned. I actually was looking on the floor. I didn't see Joe Anderson come in, but
I was watching the monitor with one eye and then picked up on my other eye out on the floor, and that's when I saw a little bit of that. So we'll see what the officials see as they look at the replay. We won't try to make any call for them. 4:15 left to go in this first half, which has been dominated by West Georgia. They are 15 of 26 in the field, shooting nearly 58%, just 1 of 5 from outside the arc. Lipscomb 8 of 21, 38%, and they've hit just 2 3-pointers with 11 attempts. But you look down through some of the things as you check down into the paint. 22-12, the advantage to the Wolves. Their bench points 12-3 advantage. Rebounding, Lipscomb with a 2-rebound advantage, 15-13. Only 2 turnovers committed by the Wolves, 5 committed by Lipscomb. And the Wolves have 5 points off those turnovers.
well, it's also just early on, everything was dropping. The Wolves were shooting over 70%. You know, I'd say they cooled down a little bit. They're still shooting up over 58% right now from the field, but this zone has slowed things down a little bit. But what you give up with the zone is you give up a lot of free rebounders. And what I mean by that, with the zone, nobody has a specific responsibility of who you're boxing out. You're boxing out a zone. So with that, you know, you can get some free rebounders and some second chance opportunities. And then really wasn't a second chance point the last time down, but when you get a second chance looks, the ball goes out and you get an inbounds play and a layup, it works the same as a second chance point.
Video replay taking place right now following a foul where Will Pruitt was fouled, and then may have been some activity after that. So the 3 officials have looked at the video, and now they're having their powwow together. John Dillon is the referee, so sure he'll be making the call to the coaches here in just a moment. You'll see Coach Lenny Acuff pacing in front of the scorer's table. Teams both are in their area, and now officials going to come and talk to Justin, give him a call of what they're going to do. All right, we get a call, and we've got a media timeout coming, I believe, here that they're going to go ahead and call. Go ahead and give us the...
They were looking at some incidental contact, nothing there, no technical. We'll shoot 1-on-1 when we come back.
We'll show it to you when we come back from this break.
Someday. Someday.
We all have things we hope to do someday. With great deposit rates from Ascend, we're here to help make your someday soon. Ascend Federal Credit Union. Open your account today.
Lipscomb is where your yearning for knowledge and ambition to excel are embraced in faith and refined through learning. A community that shines the light of Christ, magnifying the best in you and preparing you for what's next. Here at the intersection of purpose and practice, you fashion a future to impact everyone you encounter in our hometown of Nashville and far beyond. At Lipscomb University, all you bring makes all the difference.
Lipscomb University is bigger than a community. It's deep connection. It's where relationships are built and the leaders of tomorrow are cultivated. It's bigger than you and me. It's an intersection where a yearning for knowledge meets faith, where the light of Christ shines as we put our faith into action. It's bigger than Nashville. It's an opportunity right at your fingertips where you can make your mark on the world. Be a part of something bigger. Be a part of Lipscomb.
Welcome back to Nashville. Here is the foul before the timeout, and it's actually, they were looking at that second action when Joe Anderson was coming in, and
I'm going to tell you, from that angle,
the
totally
Golden
incidental.
Globes, we just had the Golden Globes, and that looked a little bit more like a good acting job that time from Griffin. Initially, from our angle, it did look like Joe Anderson came in with more of a shove. That time, there was some contact there, and I'll just give Griffin, he may be taking some acting classes at West Georgia.
Well,
that was a nice job. But, you know, that is something the officials do need to take a look at.
I would have never expected Joe to do anything like what it appeared from this angle because he had his arms up, but we were screened out from where Will was. And so when we saw that video, you could see he was pulling his hands back into his body. Great play there by Joe Anderson. And so it'll be just the foul that allows Will Pruitt to go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. And, you know, his free throw a little short, caught the front of the iron. Some of their shots have been like that today. It's like they're just, I don't want to say they're tired, but the shots are just a little off to the front of the iron. Chance for Will now to connect on the second free throw. This one in and out, no good. And the rebound comes down to Relford. And so here come the Wolves.
Ross Candolino checking in for the Bisons. An offensive three-point threat. We'll see. Lipscomb still in that 2-3 zone. And again, West Georgia in the paint, just 24 points now for the Wolves inside the paint area.
That was a good play down in the paint. They just battled, stay with it, got it. Back to a 10-point game, 3:50 to play first half. Pruitt gets it out to Miles White. Powell fakes with a three, now drives. His shot blocked. Pruitt's got it. Can he go back with it? He does, and then a shot clock violation, I think, will make him reset it. His shot was blocked. Will went to the deck on the block shot, and so the Wolves get it back with 3:26 to play at a 10-point lead.
And again, just the physical nature, hands in the air. It's what you got to do. And again, I just keep harping on it. Every time Jacob Ignacevic touches the ball, he's getting doubled, and Lipscomb has not figured out how to take advantage of that.
Shot from the corner won't go. Pruitt's got the rebound. Here's a long three by Powell. In and out, no good. And then it's knocked right back out into the hands of the Wolves. And Davis will slow it down before he puts it into Noel's hands with 2:56 to play.
The zone has helped Lipscomb, but they're just not able to help themselves on the offensive end right now.
One thing it's done, it has slowed the Wolves down a little bit here. They still have done a great job of going inside to their big guy, and he's there to tip it in again.
I don't know if that was a shot or a pass, but it worked out as a nice pass to Relaford, who gets his 6th point. And again, the Wolves shooting well over 50% from the field.
Ignacevic for three, and the Bison's just really struggling from outside the arc, and the rebound out to Noel. Relaford off the bench doing a great job. He's got 6 points down low. Good battle down there for that 6'9" senior. Three off the mark by Noel. Lipscomb's got the rebound on the run. Just over 2 minutes to play. They trail here by 12. Pruitt for three. Sets it, shoots it. No good. Rebound fought for, and it's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by a Wolf as Ignacevic was trying to get that rebound pulled in. It was stripped away from him. Bison's trying to get it under double figures. The Wolves trying to hold this 2-digit lead. And we'll get a foul on the inbounds away from the ball.
That's actually the best case scenario for Lipscomb, because now you're going to have your best scorer going to the free throw line for two. I'm just telling you, Lipscomb looks out of sync offensively, so that was a bailout call for the Bisons there.
Ignacevic has 4 points, 1 of 4 from the field. He's been perfect at the charity line. He is a 73% free throw shooter. Averaging 18.6 points a game. He leads the ASUN in total points at 297. He's averaging, as I said, 18.6 points a game. Connects on both of those. He's 46th in the nation in points per game, but he's battling a guy here, Shelton Williams Dryden, who had 27 on Thursday night, and he's got 12 here in this first half. He got those early, though, in this ball game. Ball stripped away, loose on the floor, and they're going to call a foul coming in. I think it's going to be on Miles White as he dove down on the floor, and he kind of ran into the leg of one of the players there for the Wolves.
It's not a 1-and-1. I'm a little confused, though, why Lipscomb went back to the man-to-man on that possession. Again, I mean, the zone right now, West Georgia has not done anything, in my opinion, that's been that impressive against the zone. They've had a couple of what I'd call fortunate looks go in for them, but I haven't really seen any offensive sets. And then in the man-to-man, again, Lipscomb just doesn't look quick enough really to handle West Georgia right now.
Well, they checked White out of the game when he picked up his second foul. Suber came in from him, and he just picked up his first foul, and it does put him in the 1-and-1 situation now. And so Malcolm Noel, the junior from Atlanta, Georgia, will go to the charity line. He is an 80% free throw shooter, and he connects on the first one. 11-point game. He'll have a chance to stretch it back to 12. Their largest lead, 15 here in the first half. He misses on this one. Ball's loose, but Pruitt gets it. And Lipscomb has the ball with a minute and a half to play. Here's Powell for three. Put it in the book. Can he not shoot the long three, Justin?
Yeah, 40% three-point shooter coming in. He's the best on this Lipscomb team. They've cut it to 8. That's the closest they've been really in probably about 10 minutes or so.
He's hit 10 threes on the year, and Lipscomb trails by 8 with a minute 15 to play. Turning up the defense just a little bit if they can. Here's Davis. He's going to drive the paint, go in for a runner that's off the mark. Catalina there to get the rebound, and here comes Lipscomb with a minute to play. Catalina thought about a three on a quick catch over there, but instead they get it across to Pruitt. Pruitt looking down low, couldn't feed it there. Here's Suber on the drive. He wanted to feed it off. He'll get it to Anasovic now, who's going to drive the paint. His little fader won't go, but he's fouled. And that did not set well with Coach Dave Moore across the way.
But finally they get J.O. in a spot where he can front and have a little room to work in the paint. Too often, you know, he was open earlier in that set. Lipscomb is just having a little trouble getting it to him early. They finally get him a post feed, though, where he's got a one-on-one. He can face up, and he doesn't get the bucket, but he's so good at drawing that contact.
He'll connect on the first free throw. Again, a 73% free throw shooter. He's got 7 points in the ball game. Patton Cook, the third member of our team, not with us today, so Justin doing dual duties. He's grabbed the mic and the headphone as J.O. misses on the next free throw. He'll head down near the tunnel area, and he'll get a conversation with Coach Lenny Acuff before they head to the locker room at halftime. 7-point ball game. Ball deflected, knocked out of bounds. So Lipscomb will play it in across the way. 17 on the shot clock, so Lipscomb would have plenty of time to get one back if they got a rebound on a missed shot. Boy, almost running across midcourt there was Noel. They'll work off of a high screen. Davis goes down for an 18-footer, misses it as the shot clock went off, Justin. And now Will Pruitt's going to be fouled right in front of the Bison bench. We'll see if we can get your mic hot.
Yeah, really probably should have had a foul called on the rebound, but that's a bad foul right there for West Georgia. It's a 2-shot foul now. Will Pruitt going to the line to try to get Lipscomb to within 5 here. Now, West Georgia is going to get a look, you would presume, with about 7 seconds to go.
That's the third foul on Rolford. And so they will get him out of the ball game as Will Pruitt will go to the free throw line. So he'll shoot 2. Pruitt, an 82% free throw shooter, averaging almost 11 points a game. And connects on this one. Pruitt has 6 points here in this first half. 3 of 4 at the free throw line, and now we'll get a 30-second timeout called. 30-second one that if you don't use it, you lose it, Justin.
Well, but that's actually his second one. He's already called one, Coach Lenny Acuff has, so that is an important timeout that's called. We'll have to keep track of that. You know, that was something in the game against Queens. Lipscomb, because of falling behind, had to use some timeouts earlier in the game, didn't have them late in the game, but I do think this is a good one because, again, Lipscomb, been down by as many as 14, 15 points. You want to take it under 10 here, and it's going to be big if Lipscomb could get this bucket, this free throw from Pruitt, get down by 5, but you don't want to give up a fadeaway 3 going into the break. You don't want to foul, so setting up your defense here, not a bad idea by Coach Aco.
6-point ball game, 6.9 to play here in this first half. Lipscomb probably had that mental thought, let's get it under 10. I'm sure West Georgia wanted to keep that, but right now, a 6-point game. Lipscomb's thinking with another free throw here, it could be 5, and if they could hold it at that, they would be very happy to go to the locker room trailing by only 5 points. See what Pruitt can do with the charity stripe. It's good. It's a 5-point game now. They're going to roll the ball toward midcourt. Come across the line. The drive, they kick it back for Davis for 3. He misses it, and Lipscomb will trail by 5 when they head to the locker room. Coach Lenny Acup, he'll get a nice drink of water there by the scorer's table, and then he'll make that walk out to center court or the ASUN.
I think in the second half, and then again, you know, some of this is just a little bit about will and want to, and I think Lipscomb's going to have to be a little bit more of the first aggressor here in the second half.
Well, we didn't see a whole lot of Williams-Dryden. It'll be interesting to see what he does coming out in the second half, along with Watson and a couple other players that spent a lot of time on the pine with 2 personal fouls. Lipscomb gets the ball. They make the inbounds early. They try to go inside with it to Anasovic. He just couldn't catch it. It's knocked against the glass, and a turnover. Here comes West Georgia.
Yeah, just trying to force it a little too much. You had a one-on-one down there, but.
And then West Georgia got it into the middle, tried to hit a breaking player, and they turned it over. So 2 turnovers.
Well, the interesting thing here for Lipscomb is I'm not sure if Dylan Faulkner is dealing with a little bit of an injury or something. He is not starting the second half, and he played some limited minutes there towards the end of the first half.
Speaking of something that gets the Bisons going, it's Powell. Gyasi Powell puts another 3 in the book. He's got his 3rd three-pointer. Lipscomb 4 of 16 now, and they're within 2. We'll see if we can find out anything on Faulkner. Keep an eye on him down on the bench.
He's towards the end of the bench. He doesn't have his warm-up on, so he's got his jersey on, but he doesn't look at all like he's going to be coming into the game anytime soon.
Anderson off the dribble, back to Powell. He'll pull it up. He misses on this one, a little short. And the rebound out to Griffin for the Wolves.
I know Powell was feeling it, but, you know, a little drive-in 15-footer. I don't know if that's really the offense Coach Lenny Acup was looking for on that possession, as Williams-Dryden, so good body control drawing that foul.
That'll be the first foul on Asman. And it will send to the line Williams-Dryden, who will go to the line to shoot a couple, fouled in the act of shooting. And he'll hit the first one. He is a 63% free throw shooter.
Yeah, that's the one area similar to what we saw with Queens. Not a great team free throw shooting team is West Georgia, about 65, 66% as a team.
And they only shot 47% against Austin Peay. They were 9 of 19 in that ball game. Get it off to J.O. Steps inside, uses the glass, gets it. Lipscomb within 1 with 18:09 to go in the ball game. Closest they've been in a long time.
Yeah, and this matchup right here, Williams-Dryden against Asman, that's going to be a tough matchup for Grant Asman. He's got the height, but he doesn't, in my opinion, have the quickness and really the physicality probably to deal with Williams-Dryden.
Spinning, Noel, turnarounders, good in the paint. Shot it from the A-Sun. Back to a 3-point game. Anderson, free throw line, gets it. That's a nice little jump shot for Joe Anderson.
Well, they were really trying to defend against the pick and roll, so because of that, they're a little slow moving over to cover Anderson, and he recognized it and drained the free throw.
Long 3 on the way, misses the mark there by Noel. Lipscomb's got the rebound. They could take the lead. Anasovic wants to drive. He does. Gets the man in the air, gets the bucket, draws the foul, has a chance for a three-point play. Lipscomb has taken the lead, 42-41. Their biggest lead was 2. It came at 8-6. They've trailed since then.
Yeah, and it's not hard as far as what you want to do when you get J.O. at the top of the key. It's called clear out. Let him go one-on-one right there. He's so good when he can get the ball down and get a defender on his hip. He's so good at finishing through that contact. And Lipscomb just got him top of the key, matched up one-on-one, and that's a way to get him away from the basket where he's not going to get doubled on the first touch.
The leading scorer in the ASUN has 12 points now, under his average of 18.6, and the Bisons have a 2-point lead. And we played 3 minutes into this second half. West Georgia went in and then brought it back out, and now spinning, but having his shot blocked is Davis by Asman. Here comes Lipscomb. Pruitt for 3. Off the mark. J.O.'s got the rebound. He'll step in, kick it out to Powell for 3. Won't get it, and then they'll fight for the rebound. I think Will Pruitt's going to maybe be whistled for the foul.
I think it will be. Grant Asman.
One or the other. It's going to be Pruitt.
Nope, it's going to be Pruitt. You're right. Pruitt, I like the idea of the 3. The problem is Pruitt has just not seemed in sync with his 3. It's, again, the right shot, maybe the wrong player at that time. Nothing against Pruitt, but his three-point shot just has not seen. It's just felt like it's been a little short.
Yeah, they were looking for that crowd pleaser to nail the 3 to put them up by 5, but they missed on it. Here's a 2 to tie it. It's off the mark by Noel, and the rebound out to Pruitt. Lipscomb on the run.
Yeah, and I don't love that shot from Noel either. You got to get it to Williams-Dryden. I don't know why.
Good ball movement by Lipscomb. Powell gets by his man for 3. Put it in the book. Gyasi Powell, the senior, the graduate from Jacksonville. Lipscomb out on top now, 46-41. Leading it by 5 after trailing by as many as 15 in this ball game.
Yeah, and all 12 of Powell's have come from the three-point line.
Watson, his shot deflected away. Asman with the rebound. Here come the Bisons on the run. Anderson to Pruitt. He's going to be fouled with 15:38 to play. Bison's off the bench, and we got a player injured at the other end. That's Williams-Dryden. We'll check on him when we come back. We head to a break. Lipscomb up by 5.
Someday. Someday.
We all have things we hope to do someday. With great deposit rates from Ascend, we're here to help make your someday soon. Ascend Federal Credit Union. Open your account today.
Lipscomb is where your yearning for knowledge and ambition to excel are embraced in faith and refined through learning. A community that shines the light of Christ, magnifying the best in you and preparing you for what's next. Here, at the intersection of purpose and practice, you fashion a future to impact everyone you encounter in our hometown of Nashville and far beyond. At Lipscomb University, all you bring makes all the difference.
Lipscomb University is bigger than a community. It's deep connection. It's where relationships are built and the leaders of tomorrow are cultivated. It's bigger than you and me. It's an intersection where a yearning for knowledge meets faith, where the light of Christ shines as we put our faith into action. It's bigger than Nashville. It's an opportunity right at your fingertips where you can make your mark on the world. Be a part of something bigger. Be a part of Lipscomb.
Welcome to the Atlantic Sun, where heart-pounding moments are born and where champions rise above, where speed defies limits and precision finds its mark, where millions of fans nationwide cheer for excellence, determination, and fairness, where public, private, and faith-based schools compete side by side, fostering sportsmanship and unity. Join us, because we're not just a stop along the journey. The Atlantic Sun is the destination.
Take a look at this replay here, Justin. See if we can pick anything up on what
yeah,
might
and
have
you
happened.
got the block shot here, and but then you see that at the last second, Williams Dryden, as he was falling down, there's the foul there. But as Williams Dryden was falling down, it looked like he kind of tweaked his knee a little bit, and he is on the bench now after that timeout. Now, he does look like he's probably okay, so that's a good sign. But, again, your leading scorer for the Wolves, Williams Dryden, a little bit of a scary moment for him. That was a great defensive play by Grant Asman, who stepped into the starting lineup here to start this second half. Don't know the report, if there is one, on why Dylan Faulkner is not in to start the second half.
Will Pruitt at the free throw line, and the Bisons continue their run. It's a 9-0 run over the last minute and 54 seconds. A scoring drought for the Wolves. They haven't scored in just over 2 minutes. Missed their first 4 field goals of the second half, and the Bisons miss on that free throw. They'll battle for the rebound. J.O.'s got it. He'll go back up. His shot block, and Asman's there to get the garbage. Puts it in and good. And Lipscomb now with an 11-0 run. They have outscored the Wolves 14-3 to start this 16-3, that is, to start this second half.
Well, and whatever you want to say about the halftime message, I think it may have involved the world, guys, let's just relax a little bit out there, and Lipscomb looks a whole lot more comfortable here in this second half.
In and out with the bucket that doesn't go for Watson. Lipscomb's got the rebound. And now Joe Anderson taking instructions from Coach Lenny Acuff. Now the Bisons will get set. And they lean it in to J.O., and he's going to be fouled by Griffin. And if I'm the coach, it's let him touch it every time.
Yeah, exactly. The offense has to work through Jacob Ignacevic.
And let me be clear, I'm not the coach. Lenny Acuff is the
neither
coach.
of us are the coach. We just tell you what we see over here and what we think, and probably more than half the time we're wrong, but still.
It's like we told Larry Evans before the game. He gets to sit over there and coach. We get to sit over here and be referee and coach. One thing we're not are players.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, 49-41, Lipscomb with the lead. They play it inside Pruitt. He's going to force one up that is knocked away. He thought maybe he'd draw the foul in there, but instead coming out with it, here come the Wolves. Noel trying to take it in and work it against the trees inside. And it's deflected away, dribbled out of bounds by Noel, and Lipscomb will get it after the turnover. That'll be the chance for the Bisons to head the other way. Fourth turnover. Lipscomb has 3 points off of them so far. 5 points off 7 turnovers for the Wolves.
Talk about Lipscomb trying a little too hard. I think Noel trying maybe a little too hard that last offensive possession to make something happen for the Wolves.
J.O. dribbled it off his foot and lost it, so a turnover against Lipscomb. Here comes Davis. He may have got tripped up, and we'll call it. It's a little late blocking foul, but that's a good call because he definitely got his feet tangled up with a Bison player.
Well, yeah, the only thing I thought there for a minute, we saw it in the Ohio State game last night. I thought it might have been the turf monster that might have got him, or the floor monster, rather. I couldn't tell if there was actually a trip involved there or if he just almost tripped over his own feet.
He wasn't shooting. They'll play the ball underneath. I don't know if we'll get a replay of it or not. But here he comes down the court, Justin. We'll see what happens here as he gets in there with Will Pruitt.
Yeah,
I think you're right that Will didn't do it.
I'm not sure there was really any contact there. It's just one of those that looks like a foul,
from
but
one
I don't
angle,
think there ever was one.
Yeah, from one angle, it looked like Will fouled him. From that angle, definitely with the video, looked like that he just got his feet tangled up and he tripped and went out of bounds. But anyway you look at it, the whistle against Will, and there goes Davis in and out with his shot, and then they battle for the rebound, and it's going to be thrown loose, and Joe Anderson gets a breakaway in the bucket. And Lipscomb on an 18-3 run to start this half.
Well, Lipscomb, a little beneficiary of just a tough play by West Georgia trying to save that out.
51-41, Lipscomb by 10, stepping in, shot in and out, no good, rebound goes to Jacob Ignacevic, waiting to see who the foul may be called on. I think it's going to be on Jacob on the rebounding. And J.O., I think, just got called for a foul on that rebound, so that's going to leave it in the hands of West Georgia. as Pruitt will check out. And coming in is Charlie Williams. Here's Johnson, the second, missing on a shot, but the follow is up and good by Relford. And I'm telling you, Relford off the bench has been a key player here for West Georgia. Well, he's got 6 points.
That stops an over 4-minute scoring drought there by West Georgia, and then a missed shot. Now at West Georgia, all right, you've stopped the scoring streak by Lipscomb. Let's get back into this game. Only down by 8. Still tons of time here as that ball is blocked by Miles White.
Get that replay set. We're going to want to look at that. Here's a three by Joe Anderson. Put it up. Put it in. And from Maryville, Tennessee, put it in the book for him. 54-43. Lipscomb by 11. 12:42 to play in this ball game. Pull up three, left-handed shot, too hard off the back of the iron, won't go there for Watson. Anderson feeding it up to White, deflected and knocked out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Lipscomb, and so it's going to go over now to West Georgia. An aggressive play to lead it down front like that, but watch this block, Justin.
Yeah, Miles White out of nowhere, and he has got, you know, you talk about verticals, I think he may have the best vertical on this Lipscomb team.
Top it off with a three-pointer by Joe, put up there by Joe Anderson with 12 points, 2 of 3 from outside the arc. Got 3 players getting ready to check in across the way for West Georgia. Short on that shot, and Jacob Anazovic had that rebound.
3 players, including Shelton Williams Dryden, so that's a good sign that he's back ready to check in for the Wolves.
Powell for 3. You got it. You know what to do. Sharpen that pencil. Put it in the book. The Bisons here in the second half now 4 of 6 from outside the arc. 7 of 21 for the game. That's enough for Coach Dave Moore. He'll take a timeout. We're under 12. We'll take one too. Lipscomb from behind on top, 57-43.
The bold Louisiana flavor and crispy crunch of Popeye's signature chicken is the meal your craving deserves. And now you can get 3 pieces for just $5 and make it a meal for only $3 more.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
If you're one of the 70% of adults struggling with their weight, struggling to access care, struggling to find treatment that works, the problem isn't you, it's your health care. HIMSS clears the path to affordable, personalized weight loss plans for those who need them. Through HIMSS, a range of treatment options, including compounded GLP-1 injections, are currently available and ready to be delivered to your door. Real change starts here with HIMSS.
Hey, college basketball fans.
Your favorite teams and conferences
Are on ESPN Plus,
You get a stellar slate of in-conference games,
including the Big 12, Atlantic 10, and many more.
Sign up now and catch your favorite teams.
This is an ESPN Sonic blockbuster. Whoa!
This is star power from the jump. The best of college basketball every Saturday on ESPN.
For the love of football, derbies, ultras, and Humba. And every match on ESPN Plus.
Nothing like in the Bundesliga.
For the love of braces and hat-tricks.
With a belter.
Belters and wonder goals.
Oh, it's a wonder goal.
Number 9s and the Torschützenkönig. For the love of the Invincibles.
Leverkusen, unbeaten champions.
For the love of Bundesliga. Exclusively on ESPN Plus.
NHL on ESPN Plus is back. Enjoy 1,000+ out-of-market games, exclusive matchups, marquee NHL events, and so much more. That's hockey on ESPN Plus.
Well, Gyasi Powell has tied his season high with made 3-pointers. That's his 5th of the game, and he gives Lipscomb their largest lead. They're up by 14 here in the second half, 57-43 over the West Georgia Wolves.
And the Wolves shooting just 2 of 14 this half, 14% after a blistering first half. They've made only 1 3-pointer, 1 of 10. Lipscomb now 7 of 21, and Lipscomb shooting 60% in this half, 9 of 15. There is truth to both halves. You can have two different kinds of halves. Inbounds play, got it down low. May have tweaked his knee earlier, but a nice little left-handed shot there by Williams Dryden.
He is
and he's
7
got 15
for 7.
points.
The only shot he's missed was a free throw.
Inside, Anderson's shot won't go. Rebound, Miles White after he picked up a little trash, and then he's going to be fouled.
Yeah, talking about picking up the trash, there's so many ways that can be a good thing to do in life, but also in basketball. You know, going in, Miles White, love his hustle, his effort. He's been one of the big players off the bench for the Bisons. We'll take another timeout from Nashville. We still got a good one here going. 11:08, 12-point game. Lipscomb on top of West Georgia.
The bold Louisiana flavor and crispy crunch of Popeye's signature chicken is the meal your craving deserves. And now you can get 3 pieces for just $5 and make it a meal for only $3 more.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
The Australian Open hits different on the networks of ESPN.
Hey, college basketball fans.
Your favorite teams and conferences
Are on ESPN Plus,
You get a stellar slate of in-conference games.
including the Big 12, Atlantic 10, and many more.
Sign up now and catch your favorite teams.
It's time to get in the game and sign up to ESPN Plus.
NHL on ESPN Plus is back. Enjoy 1,000+ out-of-market games, exclusive matchups, marquee NHL events, and so much more. That's hockey on ESPN Plus.
I walk the walk, yeah. I talk the talk. I play the part, right. I do it all. Set it. You know the name, I got the game. From this world, you my legacy. Bling bling, my chain. I reign with my energy.
The Australian Open hits different on the networks of ESPN.
NHL on ESPN Plus is back. Enjoy 1,000+ out-of-market games and so much more. That's hockey on ESPN Plus.
This card is absolutely amazing. Islam Makhachev, the best in the world. What is it going to take to stop this guy? Arman Sarukian. Real world championship caliber skills. The toughest challenge for the champion, Murat Wabashvili.
The second half has belonged to Lipscomb, outscoring the Wolves 24-7. They've been on a 19-4 run over the last 6:23. Meanwhile, West Georgia just hit 2 of their last 13 field goals. But going to the line is going to be Miles White, the junior from Kansas City, Missouri. Came to Lipscomb through Rockhurst College. He's an 86% free throw shooter, but he misses on his first attempt as he goes there to shoot 2, averaging just under 3 points a game. And this free throw is in and out, no good. Misses on both of them.
Tough break there. That would really, again, Miles White loved his energy and effort off the bench. We already saw that big block for him. 11 minutes to go. Still tons of time in this game, even though it's a 12-point game. And now Lipscomb's going a little 1-3-1 zone. So they played some 2-3 in the first half. I thought that really helped the Bisons. And a big made 3 that time, as we haven't seen a lot. That's from Johnson. That's just the second made 3 of the game for the Wolves. They only average 5.6 made 3s a game. So 3-point shooting, not really something that's their game.
They've cut the lead down to 9 as Pruitt kicks it back to the wing. Now here's Miles driving, and there's bodies all over the place, and picking it up, I guess, was Charlie Williams. And Miles,
I don't know how Miles White was not fouled, but
I don't either, but they've got to pull him and Ballard apart down there, because Ballard, he appears to be a little shaken up. He was laying on top of it. We'll watch the replay here. He saw the gap and is driving in, Justin. Looked like a strip, maybe just the ball, but then Charles Williams
kind of like London Bridges falling down there at the end.
Players are tangled up there. Back to an 11-point game. Johnson, the second, will work the ball off down low for a nice little jump shot just off the mark there by Williams Dryden.
Yeah, first time, though, we've seen Williams Dryden kind of fading away on a shot.
Miles White for three, put in the book for him. As Miles White gets in the book with a three. Lipscomb now 8 of 22 from outside the arc. Out on top, 62-48. Largest lead as Lipscomb leads it by 14. Inside 10 minutes to play here from Nashville. Directing some traffic, moving in. Johnson the second, puts it over on the wing, but the shot is missed by Williams-Dryden. And then they pass it back to him, and he works through the paint and gets the bucket.
Well, that's his game. The three-point shot, not his game. So Lipscomb forced him into the first shot where you like that first shot defense, but giving up an offensive rebound and second chance points.
He's got 17 points in the ball game as Charlie Williams is going to be held down low. And the foul will be on Johnson the second, the junior from Chandler, Arizona. As checking in for Lipscomb, Kellen Boylan will come in as Charles Williams goes out. We got another player coming in now. It's going to be Watson coming in. And they'll take, Ballard's going to check out of the ball game. Lipscomb will have it under their bucket. There's going to be a foul called as trying to get free and break to the bucket was going to be Miles White. He's being held.
I think that was that Watson?
Yep, the third foul on Watson. Watson's got 3, Griffin's got 3, and Ballard now has 4 fouls. He's gone to the foul bench with 4. Rilliford has 3.
Yeah, to me, the bigger significance, though, is from here on out, Lipscomb shooting free throws.
Here's Asman, has it on the wing. He'll drive, kick it over to Pruitt for 3. He could set it, he could lock it, and from Mount Juliet, he puts it in the book. It's a 15-point Lipscomb lead. They've gone from 15 down to 15 up. That's a 30-point swing.
Yeah, absolutely. And Lipscomb playing, again, the second half, much more what we've accustomed to seeing them play this year here in the second half.
On the drive with it. They'll take it inside Watson and kick it back to the top. Driving, but missing on the shot in the battle for the rebound. And I think the foul may be called against Lipscomb going over the back. I think it's on Boylan.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a tough call. It looked like Boylan is two defensive players, one offensive player. And a lot of times when the ball's tipped up and there's 2 defense and 1 offense, they're going to get the defense for the foul.
Johnson the second. Works out top. He's open for 3. He's short with it. And the rebound kicked around before Miles White gets it off quickly to Pruitt, who now waits for the team to get set the way he wants them. Pruitt fakes with a 3, now drives into the corner. Miles White for 3. And he got the bounce of a Saturday afternoon. Kicked it off the glass, and dropped it down.
Well, that's his spot. He loves those baseline 3-point shot. He's knocked down a couple of them, and Lipscomb, what a turnaround in this game. But to me, you know, as much as they're starting to see shots fall from the outside, a lot of this second half has been their defense as well, as they see another 3 drop for West Georgia. But defensively, Lipscomb's gotten back to their roots of what they've had been all year. They've been so good defensively all year. And just like that, a made 3 and then a turnover by the Bisons.
Yeah, the ball went through the hands of Asman out of bounds after that 3 was up and good by Watson. 68-53. Let's take an under 8 timeout.
The bold Louisiana flavor and crispy crunch of Popeye's signature chicken is the meal your craving deserves. And now you can get 3 pieces for just $5 and make it a meal for only $3 more.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Marines are made for this. Made for the calling only warriors can answer. Made from an unshakable belief in our nation and a strength that comes from the determination to win together. But you'll have to earn your place among us, because you don't join the Marines. You become one.
If you're one of the 70% of adults struggling with their weight, struggling to access care, struggling to find treatment that works, the problem isn't you, it's your health care. Hims clears the path to affordable, personalized weight loss plans for those who need them. Through Hims, a range of treatment options, including compounded GLP-1 injections, are currently available and ready to be delivered to your door. Real change starts here with Hims.
Let go. He's got it. Wow. End zone touchdown. What a play. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
With so much on the line.
What is it going to take to stop this guy?
Arman Sarukian, very much a problem.
It all goes down live on pay-per-view.
Well, let's take a look at the West Georgia schedule here after this first 2 weeks. They started with a couple of games at home that they lost, as they lost to Florida Gulf Coast and Stetson. Then on the road for 4, as they're playing at Austin Peay, at Lipscomb, and then at Florida Gulf Coast and at Stetson. They'll wrap that up on the 18th. And then they'll be taking on Jacksonville and North Florida at home after that. 7:20 to play. Lipscomb has outscored the Wolves in the second half, 35-15, as a forced shot up there by Williams Dryden. And when you outscore a team by 20, you're down by 5, you're going to be up by 15. And they trail by as many as 15 in the first half, so they've made a 30-point turnaround with a great start to this second half as they working inside 7 minutes to play. Good ball movement by Lipscomb. Boylan off the drive. Oh, me, that would have been a great chance for a beautiful three-point play, and it just spun around that rim and didn't drop for it.
And Jacob Ognasovic did not touch the ball, but he had a nice clear out there for Boylan to have some space to work in there. And Lipscomb's bench, 13 points off the bench for the Bisons.
Boylan, the junior from Overton Park, Kansas, played at the Air Force, came in, had some shoulder surgery. It's taken him a while, but I think his shooting is really coming around now. He is perfect at the free throw line for the season now, as he is 7 of 7 at the line and gets his first 2 points in this ball game. Lipscomb now 16 of 23 at the line, shooting just under 70%. 10 of 24 from three-point, but they are 7 of 9 from there here in the second half.
Should have been a foul called against Boylan there.
And
kind of ran over Williams Dryden, but no foul called. It would have been better probably if Lipscomb had gotten that foul called there instead of on the shot.
And Asman will get whistled for the foul there. And Ballard, who taking a little extra time walking around before he'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, the official didn't call that, but I just saw him go up to Kellen Boylan at the free throw line and said, hey, that last one I could have called a foul on you.
64% free throw shooter, connects on his first one. He's got 5 points in the game, a couple of field goals, and now his first free throw. He's playing with 4 personal fouls. He's got 4. Griffin's got 3. Watson's got 3, and Relford has 3. William Dryden has 2 as you check the fouls against West Georgia, and both the free throws are good. Pruitt has 3 for Lipscomb, 2 for Anderson, 2 for White, and 2 for Asman. The big thing is Faulkner. He's been on the bench the entire second half. And it may be that he's got a little bit of an injury, and right now it'd be better for him not to play as they go inside to Ognasovic, and he's going to be fouled.
Yeah, Faulkner only played 8 minutes in the first half, and we're kind of trying to read between the lines a little bit.
And that foul's going to be on Ballard. He's going to be his 5th foul. He is going to foul out of this ball game with 6:28 to go, and he will go to the bench with his 5th personal foul, and Noel will check in for him, I believe, or Noel may have come in for Johnson the second, and now they'll bring in Hardaway, the redshirt freshman out of Cincinnati, as J.O. will go to the free throw line. Osovic's 12 points in the ball game. Osvick with 12. Anderson, Joe has 12. Powell has 15. Pruitt has 11. And J.O. adds another one to his collection.
It's interesting, though. I thought that was a two-shot foul. They're actually saying the foul occurred on the floor, so he didn't get the shot up, but he earns the second shot.
Well, Ballard thought he had just stripped it away from him down low. But he'll get both the free throws. Lipscomb will pick him up man to man. A lot of ball movement here. Shot clock down to 10. Ball deflected away. Now it's kicked back out. They got about a three. They will step back and do a three that's going to be good there by Griffin. But they took a lot of time off the clock to get that three-pointer.
They did. Still time, though, for West Georgia. 6 minutes to go. 12-point games, nothing in college basketball these days. And going to have some benefits of those types of shots.
J.O.'s three won't go, but a big rebound by Boylan. Powell kind of moving some people around, and then he goes inside to Anazovic, who puts it up over the rim, but it wouldn't go, and then he's going to be called for the foul going over the back of Griffin. It just bounced in and out, no good on the shot. And Jacob Anazovic picks up his second personal foul. He's 3 of 9 from the field. He's missed on 3 3-pointers, 8 of 9 from the free throw line, and his 14 points.
Coach Lenny Acuff was letting the official have it, too, because, and I tend to agree with him, I mean, he was fouled on his shot. He did not get the foul called. But to me, that was clearly a foul on the rebound by Ognasovic. There's no doubt about it, but I think what Lipscomb was upset about and what Coach Acuff was upset about was the first call was not made. There was a foul, should have been called on the shot.
Griffin's a 79% free throw shooter. He gets his first one. Griffin averages just under 10 points a ball game out of St. Joseph, Missouri. He's a senior, played at Lafayette. And he'll miss the second free throw, and Onosovic's there for the rebound. 6 points for Griffin. 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 of 5 from the field. Lipscomb got 5 players outside the arc. Now Boylan going to drive, fake with the pass in, and he's going to be fouled as he faked a pass to J.O. and then took it up and draws the foul.
Yeah, and that might have been a makeup call right there from the miss on the Jacob Ognasovic the last time. But you love the energy. Again, Miles White and Kellen Boylan, big parts of what Lipscomb's doing here off the bench, the way those two have been playing. It not necessarily in the scorebook, although we've seen them scoring some points, but really just the effort and energy I've seen from them.
Griffin's 4th personal foul, and Boylan just missed his first free throw of the season. He was 5 of 5 coming into the ball game, and it hit his first 2 here today. And will come back and miss both of those. He just didn't get a good bounce on that one.
Yeah, but that leaves the door cracked open here with 5 minutes to go for West Georgia.
13-point game, 5 minutes to play. And a three-pointer on the way, off the mark, and the rebound tipped out. Lipscomb has it after the missed shot by Griffin. Here's Powell. He was open, doesn't shoot it, and instead gives it to Joe Williams. I think he almost got to Knoxville for Maryville on that one, but from his hometown of Maryville, he puts it in the book for the Bisons.
That's a big-time bucket for Lipscomb. What I like the most about it is you're up by double digits. You don't settle and just pull it back, and you keep playing, keep the pedal to the metal, and I think Lipscomb's got to do that.
Shot short down low, but catching his own rebound, turning around with a little left-hander and getting it is Shelton Williams-Dryden for the Wolves. He's got 19 points to lead all scorers. We get a timeout on the floor called here by West Georgia. It's a 30-second timeout. I think it's going to be stretched to a full timeout, maybe. We'll wait and see. They have signaled that it's stretched to a full timeout. We're at the 4:18 mark. I got a feeling this is the media timeout under 4. We'll take it with them. From the Music City, Lipscomb battled back from a halftime deficit. They lead it 75-61. We'll take a timeout. We will get to when we come back.
You're way shorter than I thought you'd be. There's a shirtless selfie of me by the dumbbells. Here I am. I do air drumming. I'm a competitive air drummer.
Oh, wow.
By the way, I forgot my wallet at home, so sugar mama.
Will you excuse me?
The new Hyundai Tucson with advanced tech and safety features. There's joy in every journey. Right now, get 2.49% APR for 60 months on the Hyundai Tucson. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
The bold Louisiana flavor and crispy crunch of Popeye's signature chicken is the meal your craving deserves. And now you can get 3 pieces for just $5 and make it a meal for only $3 more.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
See everything that's new at Weight Watchers. You can now get access to GLP-1s if you qualify, and virtual one-on-ones with a registered dietitian.
That's a great way to get more protein.
Plus, our Proven Points program now has over 150 new zero-point foods. Get your best results ever with the #1 doctor-recommended weight loss program. Try a whole new Weight Watchers. Sign up now at WeightWatchers.com.
What is it going to take to stop this guy?
Arman Sarukian, very much a problem.
It all goes down live on pay-per-view.
NHL on ESPN Plus is back. Enjoy 1,000+ out-of-market games and so much more. That's hockey on ESPN Plus.
For the love of football, Derby's Ultra.
Take a look at the scores from around the A-Sun as we get set for play to begin here. Full court press will be applied by West Georgia. Justin, quickly run us through these scores.
Yeah, North Alabama, big winner at Stetson. Jacksonville gets a win on the road. Austin P down by 5. They're going to the free throw line with just over 2 minutes to go. And then North Florida and Bellarmine just underway. And then, of course, the Eagles flying high, winning against Central Arkansas 77-71.
Full court press now being applied by the Wolves. Bison's busted, and now they'll pull it back. They've outscored the Wolves 42-23 in this half, down by 5 at halftime after trailing by 15 in the first half. And they're up on top now by a lead of 75-61, and we got a foul down low as they tried to get the ball to Jacob Anasovic, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Be a 2-shot foul because that is the 10th foul.
14-point lead for Lipscomb. Already Ballard has fouled out with 5. Griffin has 4, and a couple of other players with 3, but Anasovic is short with his free throw. Anasovic 8 of 10 now from the line. He's got 14 points in the ball game, below his average of around 18, nearly 19, but he'll get the next free throw to drop. Lipscomb is now 19 of 29 from the charity stripe. Some fast play, little drive out of control, but looks like there's going to be a foul called underneath. I think it's going to be on Asman there.
It was like a freight train running off the track there. You're right. It felt out of control.
Watson was taking it pretty hard toward the bucket. He's going to go to the line now to shoot. 76-61 your score with 3:54 to play. As Watson, the junior from Lexington, South Carolina. We've been talking about all these states and different cities. I even got a text from somebody about that, telling me some of the different names. But Lexington, North Carolina is what I expected to see, but it's Lexington, South Carolina. And both free throws are good by Watson, who transferred from Wofford there in South Carolina.
And of course, we don't have the under 4 media timeout because we already had it, and there was a turnover, except at the point in time when Queens had the ball. There Ball was right there on the baseline.
Yeah, they had it taken away, but then they fell right on the baseline there by the Lipscomb. Pruitt to make the inbounds. Having plenty of time, but finally gets it in before the 5-second count to Anderson, who gets it right back to Pruitt. They'll now go midcourt with it to Powell. And Lipscomb, with 3:43, they go underneath to J.O., gives it back to Grant Asman, who took an extra step. J.O. might have should have just gone on up, but he was
taking the shot there.
But he knew it's been a little bang down there, so he gave it off to Grant, and Grant just got a little tied up with the extra step. But Lipscomb got some good minutes out of Grant again today, as Asman doing a good job for the Bisons. Sometimes, though, when you make that extra pass down low, it kind of gets you out of sync a little bit. Bisons look like they had the rebound, but instead it came out to the Wolves. They'll kick it out for a long three that won't go. But the Bisons get the rebound, and with 3:18 to play, they'll come across the stripe, leading this one 76-63. They'll work the shot clock down and get under 3 minutes here. 13 to go on the clock. The feed to Anderson. His shot won't go, but a foul is going to be whistled. I believe it is on Watson.
Yeah, a little bit late on the whistle there because the shot looked like it had already gone up.
Fourth foul on Watson. And so 2 free throws coming here for Joe Anderson. You'll see the drive, and you'll see the foul, and then the whistle signaled it against Watson. Joe gets his first free throw. Joe Anderson, what a big player he has been coming to Lipscomb, transferring in from Furman last year. We saw so many great things, and now his senior year. I tell you, he's just had a big impact on this Lipscomb program.
Yeah, just become an ambassador for Lipscomb as well, and just the way he goes about his business, the way he loves this university, loves his teammates, and loves the game of basketball.
78-63, as the clock will start going once they pick it up as they roll it across the midcourt stripe, and we are under 3 minutes to play in this one. Stay with us. We'll have Coach Lenny Acuff and our player of the game coming up in the post-game wrap-up after the conclusion of this game. There's a roll runner up and good by Noel. Bisons trying to work it across the midcourt stripe as they tack the press. They'll get it into the hands of Joe Anderson. Try to go down low to Anasovic, and it is knocked out of bounds, last touched. It went into the corner there by Griffith, and so Lipscomb will play it with 14 seconds to go from the corner down on the baseline. Pruitt to make the inbounds. Again, Faulkner appears to have some type of injury. He has not played here in the second half. He's been on the bench the entire second half. Did not come out to start the second half. What a pass down to Anasovic. Then he kicks it out to Powell, who's going to fire up a three as the clock was winding down. Misses on it, but Miles White.
What a huge rebound. Yeah,
Whoa.
What a huge rebound. Lipscomb out-rebounding West Georgia by 10 after getting out-rebounded by Queens on Thursday night by 13.
Inside 2 minutes to play. Pruitt, step back three, put it in the book. Will Pruitt from Mount Juliet. He gets the three. You can put it in the book for him. 81-65. Slowing it down a little bit now, Noel. See if they'll fire a three up. Instead, driving in and losing it off the tracks again down there was Watson. And Lipscomb's got the ball. $16-point Lipscomb lead. Their largest was 18, 68-50. And they're taking time off the clock with 1:15 and not pressuring and fouling West Georgia. They're just playing them straight up with 7 on the shot clock. Here's Powell on the drive. Turnarounder. Good. Wow. What a bucket. 83-65. Bisons were down 15 in the first half. They've outscored the Wolves 50-27 in the second half. What a turnaround. Ball loose on the floor. Everybody still playing hard to get it. But it's out for a three-pointer that won't go there for Shelton Williams-Dryden. And Lipscomb has it with 39 seconds to go. And they will just hold it down and milk it as far down on the clock as they can. Man, what a turnaround.
Absolutely. I mean, this is what you expected to see from Lipscomb from the get-go, but first half didn't go their way, weren't playing particularly well. And give credit to West Georgia. I thought they came out just red hot offensively.
Powell for three as the clock winds down. He gets the three, knocked to the deck. Whoa, me. What kind of game is he having? 6 of 10 from outside the arc. And then Joe Williams trying to make a steal. Joe Anderson. I'm sorry, Joe Anderson. Joe Williams, that I know, could never make a play like that. No. I can tell you that. He can do a lot of broadcasting, but he can't make a play like that. It'll send to the line Malcolm Noel, the 5'11 junior from Atlanta, who's an 80% free throw shooter. But Powell, he's got 20 points to lead all scorers. Joe Anderson has 17. Anasovic has 15, and Pruitt with 14. 4 in double figures for the Bisons. It's a 20-point game right now. Make it a 19, cut it down to 19 as the bucket free throw good by Noel. 10 seconds, they'll just dribble this one out. West Georgia led by as many as 15 in the first half, led by 5 at halftime, but the second half belonged to the Bisons. They outscore them 53-29. Lipscomb wins this game 86-67. They go to 3-1 in the